Okay, children, till now we have done the different types of programming methodology. That is, we can program sequentially, selection, and iteration. Now we'll be learning the different data types, that how the data is stored in Python. The very first sequence type is string. Strings in Python. Like many other popular programming languages, strings in Python are arrays of bytes representing Unicode characters. However, Python does not have a character data type. The other languages have character data type, single character enclosed in single quotation marks, but here a single character is simply a string with a length of 1, that is a single character. Square brackets can be used to access elements of the string. Now, strings in Python. Strings are immutable. Immutable means we can change, which means if we have a string, then we cannot make the changes into it. They are immutable. This means the elements of a string cannot be changed once it has been assigned. We can simply reassign different strings to the same name. Now, here, if we talk about this, then this is the variable name. This is a string. And if I want to change at the 5th position in this string something, I cannot do it. This, as we have read in the previous slide, that through square brackets we can access the elements of a string. Now, if I say my string 5, here we write A, so this is going to give us a error. Why? Because we cannot make the changes in the string at any position. What we can do, but if I talk about my string, which is a variable name, yes, variable names value can change, but this particular value, this is a constant, this will remain the same. The strings cannot change their values. These concepts, which I'm repeating again and again, are very important, because when you'll be doing programming, these concepts you have to keep in your mind, and then you have to look at the program so that it becomes easy for you. A string literal or string in Python can be created using single quote, double quote, and triple quotes. When we use triple quotes, strings can span several lines without using the escape character. Now here, uh, it's like this, children, that this is a string with double quotes. This is the string with single quotes. Then this is the string with multi-line string. With single quote, you can only have a single line string. With double quote also, you can have a single line string. But with triple quotes, you can have a multiple line string. In triple quotes also, you can use single quotes twice, or you can use double quotes twice. Now, if we are going to print this, slash n is the escape sequence. Whenever we put this particular slash and after that we give some character, that is the escape sequence. Now, what this is going to do, every alphabet after this has a special meaning. Slash n means it will be taking the cursor in the output to the next line. Now, let's see what happens when I write Python string 1 slash n string 2 slash n string 3. Then what happens here is that it gives computer applications in one line, then moves on to the next line, application of computers, and this is as it is a multiple line string. So we need not to see that why it is coming in 3 lines. This is a multiple line string only, but isko hi agar we give it in single quotation marks in 3 lines, it will be appearing only in a single line. Now, just have a look at this. This is the example of a string which I have written in the form of a program. My string is equal to single quotation mark hello, it is going to give hello. Double quotation marks hello. Then triple quotation marks also hello will give hello. And if I write a string in multiple line in triple quotation marks, that will be printed in multiple lines. Now, accessing a string. For accessing a string, as we have discussed before also, that it has to be in the quotation marks, and every string value has an index number which starts from 0. So if I talk about this particular word computer, it has 8 characters, but the index number is from 0 to 7. We can have the negative indexing also. This is very important to understand if we want to abstract a particular uh, slice of a string, not the whole string. Like we have a pizza slice. Similarly, we can slice a string also into many. We can slice the string into 8 characters, or we can take out the put from this, or I can take the ohm from this. So how I'm going to do this, that we are going to learn here. str1 is equal to computer, so str1 0, which means element at the 0th position, and square brackets are used to access the elements of the string. So 0th position is C. Similarly, you can see 7th position is R, 3 is at the 3rd position, we have P at the 8th position. Now, if I talk about the 8th position here, it is going to give me an index error because this index number does not exist in the string. Similarly, you can do it with the negative numbers also. -6 is going to give you M, and so on and so forth. Now, slicing of a string, we can slice the string from starting position till the end position. So if I give, this is my string, supposing the Python and CBSE schools, I say 0 to 5. So it is starting from the 0th character till the 4th character. It is going to give me total number of characters. It is going to me is 5. From 7 to 15. So it is going to start from the 7th character, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. That is from it is going to start, and it is going to give me the characters till 15th index number, sorry, till 14th index number. That is always the position is 1 less. Now, similarly, if you talk -12, it will be doing it will be coming to -12 and starting position. When the end position is not mentioned, then from that particular position, all the characters come. Remember it very clearly, children, that the string is never read from right to left. It is always read from left to right. So even if I give a negative index number at the starting position, the string will be traversed like this only. It will be read this way only. That is from left to right. Then similarly, you can see that how these examples are working. Now coming, these are few questions that you are going to solve. Coming to strings are immutable. This means that elements of a string objects cannot be changed once it has been assigned, but we can simply reassign different strings to the same name. As I told you previously, that now I say str1 is equal to this, then str10 is equal to m. This is not possible because we cannot change a string, but str1 is equal to my plus str1, which means the previous str1 has this value, and I am adding my not to the string. We are actually basically concatenating the string and storing it in the same variable. In Python, the variables don't store a value. It points towards the location where that particular string is stored, that value is stored. str1, if I print, so my is added to the string. This is remember children, that these two strings are not the same. First, STR was pointing towards Python and CBSE schools. Now we have added my to STR. We have not added my to this particular string and stored it in the same variable. Now, instead of pointing this variable, pointing towards this, it is pointing towards my Python in CBSE schools. So, because strings are mutable, but variables are immutable. Now coming to concatenation and replicating strings. Concatenation means we are joining two strings. First is equal to 1, second is equal to 2. Remember, numeric values cannot be added with the string. If str is Python in CBSE schools, what will be the output of the two lines? That obviously you can check it from these are the questions, question mark wala. You have to try it on the system and you have to write the answers here. But for example, first 1, second 2, so first plus is going to give you 1 plus 2. You need to try this on your own. Now, if I say string can be replicated means it can be multiplied, but it is a string. So multiplication means if a into 2, so a will be written twice. Similarly here, s string a is equal to Python. So string a into 2 will be Python. So Python. Now when you say equal to multiplied by 30, so you can use for replication, you can use a multiplication symbol. So equal to will be printed 30 times. Now coming, there are few programs for you. What it is doing, it is taking stri one is equal to, remember children, if we are going to do this, your programming, your for loop should be very clear to you. If you are not clear with the for loop, please go back to the previous PPT and learn the for loop properly. You remember, I'm going to revise it once for you. Very simple, that str1 is equal to input enter a string for I in str1. For I in str1 means whatever the string, that is in this case the user is going to enter computer applications. So I is first pointing towards C, so C is going to be printed. Then next I moves on because I acts as a counter which which works for each and every uh, word of a sequence. Now, computer application is a sequence, that is a string, and string is a sequence type. So for I in str1 will be printing computer applications because I move from one to another one. But remember, here I have mentioned end is equal to. If you miss out this when you are typing a program, and you see what is going to happen, how it will be printed, computer, and applications will be printed like this, because we want it in the same line, because the default uh, end of print is, if we don't mention end, then it is enter. It takes the cursor after printing once to the next line. Now coming, I'm revising many concepts along with this. Write a program to enter your name and print it n number of times. Now you remember, what has to be printed, that has to be written in the print statement. So don't get confused why I have not taken I here. Remember and read the question very properly. Here what it wants you to enter the name and print the name n number of times. Now, as we know, if we take a counter I, it is going to move for each alphabet of a sequence. So instead of mentioning any particular number here, I say the str value is inputted into it. If instead of lx, I write ALEXXX, which means I write 7 numbers. So this LX will be printed 7 times, because this is going to run for each alphabet of a string. It will be reading it character by character from first character. So that acts as a counter. But in the printing, you must be thinking why it is printing LX, because whatever print will print, whatever we are writing in the printing statements, the number of times I moves. I is used for iteration. The default iteration is 1. Now, the next program is count is equal to 0. Then I am increasing the count plus equal to 1 means count is equal to count plus 1. 0, first time it comes, the value of count is 1, because I add 0 plus 1. Then next. If I see this, the answer is going to be 26. You input different string values and you will get to know the count for this. You can use the len function as well, but first you are going to try it with this particular program. Now, in and not in, these are the membership operators. Here within we check whether a particular string which is asked for is present in the given string or not. I'm saying C in str1, which is present, so it is giving me true. Otherwise, if it is not present, it is going to give me false. And remember here, the concept is that Python differentiates between the lower and the uppercase characters. That is why CBSE in str, sorry, it should be 1, is going to give me false. Now, if you talk about this, C not in str, not in means we are checking that this particular thing should not be present. C not in str1 returns false because C is present there. So it is just going to give the reverse answers to this. There it was true, true, false, because as per in, and here it is false, false, true as per not in. Now we are comparing the strings with the comparison operators: equal to, not equal to, greater than, equal to, less than, equal to. It compares two strings. Now when I say str1 is double equal to str2, it says no. Then not equal to, greater than str2, it is going to give me false. And str1 is less than str2, is going to give me true. Remember that this particular, when we compare two strings, it takes the ASCII value into consideration. Now we'll be learning few inbuilt functions. Wonderful. Python, that is why Python is said to be so easy, because there are n number of functions, but we find it a little difficult because remembering these functions become difficult for us, but then it is going to make comfortable. Programming becomes comfortable for us. The capitalized function capitalize only the first character of the given string. Remember, for converting everything, we have another function which is known as upper, that we are going to learn subsequently. Next is lstrip, rstrip. Two methods are there. Lstrip method is used to remove left padding. Supposingly in your string there are spaces before what you have written, then left side spaces can be removed by lstrip and right side spaces can be removed by rstrip. Then we talk about strip. It removes the leading and the trailing, both the strips out both the spaces. Then we talk about the lower function. It converts the given string into lowercase. If I talk about the upper function, it converts the string into the uppercase. Then I talk about the title case. The title case should be known that when we write the title otherwise, what do? The very first alphabet after the space, which means the of the new word, is going to be converted to capital. So here Praveen P, Murgipa M, and Jigajini J will be capital, because that is what the title case is going to do. The first alphabet of all the words is going to be capital. Then next is swap case. Swap case means capital to small and small to capital, uppercase to lowercase and lowercase to uppercase. You can see here. Then we talk about L-just. L-just means we want to add the number of spaces on the L-just method is used to add spaces to the left side of the given string, and right just is used to add the spaces to the right side of the given string. Now we talk about the center. What does it do? The given string comes into the center of the character that you mention here, A. Then you say how many A's? 40. 40 A's in the center of 40 A's, half this side and half this side, whatever we write is going to appear. Similarly, if you talk about name center, so in the character 50 stars, half this side, half this side, it is going to come in the center of the 50 stars. Now I talk about the count function. What it does, the given character in this will be counted. In this particular string, how many times E appears, that is going to count this. So here 2 appears. Don't get confused between the len and the count function. The count function gives counts the given characters in the given string. Then we have starts with. If we want to see whether this particular name name one, that is the string, starts with a given character here or not, it will give you a Boolean expression, true or false. Similarly, if ends with, if we want to check, we have not to check only the single character. We can give n number. I can double E n also, V double E n also. So if I want to see whether a particular string ends with the required character or not, then we can make the use of ends with. Then is digit. We are asking the computer to give me an answer whether this particular is a digit or not. Here it is a digit, so it is giving me true. Here it is also it is not a digit, it is alphanumeric, so it is going to give me false. And if I am talking is numeric, it is going to give me the numeric values. Then if I'm talking is numeric, is digit, or is decimal methods are used to check string is digit, is number or not, and returns Boolean value. That is, if this is decimal, so it is going to give me given string is number. So all these three are checked for giving for the number only. Now, is alpha, it is going to check whether this is an alphabet or not. This is alphanumeric. So for these two, it is giving me false. For this, where it or totally purely alphabet, so it is going to give me true. Now, do we have something to check for alphanumeric also? Let me see. Is num means alphanumeric. Now remember, children, here, if it is only numbers, then also it is alphanumeric. If it is combination of both, then also it is alphanumeric. If it is combination of it is only alphabets, then also it is alphanumeric. But remember, if it is a space, if it is empty, then it is going to give me false, because either a alphabet or a number should be present in a string. Then coming to is lower, whether the given string is in lowercase, it is going to give me false. If it is in lowercase, it is going to give me true. I am asking about is upper, then it is going to give me the answers like this. Remember, all these functions you are going to use in the program, so you should be very much clear with the format. You accept a name from the user and you want to check, convert it into upper inside the program looping. You are going to use this. So remember to remember all these functions very nicely. At that time, you should not be thinking that it is really difficult for me. Is space. Now I want to check. I can count the number of spaces, the number of capital letters, the number of small letters in this. I'll be using all these functions along with the inputted value. I'm giving you all the hints in between so that whatever questions, assignments I am giving you, it becomes easy for you to do them. Is the space methods is used check string contains space or not. So it is going to check the space. If the spaces are present, Praveen dash M dash space. Given string contains only the spaces and given string not contains spaces only. Then it is going to give you the false. Then find. What is the use of the find function? It finds that whether the given number of character that you are finding out is present in the given string or not. Name is equal to classic. The first position where S appears will be given. It will not going to give you both the positions. It is going to give you the first occurrence position of the string. Then coming to STR function. Now sometimes it happens that we have a number and we want to convert it into the string. So we make the use of the STR function. STR 576, instead of the numeric value 576, it is going to convert to string. As you, what you do whenever we take an input from the user, whether even if we take a number, it is always a string. So what we do int input. Similarly, for converting to the string, the numeric value, we make the use of STR function. The len function is used to count the number of characters in the string. Now here the counting is of the characters, not the index numbers. So it is going to count from 1. Remember all these things, children. Max. Max is going to give you the number from the string having the maximum ASCII value. You remember capital A ASCII value is 65, small a is 97, so you can calculate. Now here V holds the highest ASCII value in this particular all the characters, so it is going to be 118. Then if I talk about this, A is the smallest character because it is 65. Then we have all capital characters. The highest is 118, Praveen. Then same as find, but raises an exception if str not found. Now index. Name is equal to Senec, name dot index a comma 3 comma 5. Value error substring not found. Why? Because I say a at third position 1 2 0 1 2 3. Now starting from the third position till the fifth position, which means starting from n till till k. Is a present? It says no. If I say starting from the first position 0, 1 till the fifth position is a present, the answer will be 1. Which position that is there? Here this is the starting position from where I want to check the index number values, and this is the end position till where, and what I'm going to find is this. Supposingly you change it with different values, you write I, and then you write 0 1 2 2 comma 4, and you see what happens. Change the numbers, and then only you really need to practice it on the system to understand it properly with different values. Now this is the example of one program in which write a program to enter a string and remove all vowel characters from the string. Now we enter a string, vowel characters, string comparison we are going to use here. New str is equal to string. Just create a duplicate copy of your string. Then vowels, we know vowels we have stored in one particular variable in a form of a tuple. This is actually print string dot lower. Now what it is going to print when I say print string dot lower? String is whatever user has entered. User has entered Python in CBSE schools. So when I say print string dot lower, what is going to, it is going to print Python in CBSE schools all in lowercase characters. I have converted into lowercase so that when I am comparing this, vowels are in lowercase, so my comparison becomes easy for me. Then I say print after this for x in string dot lower. Now this string dot lower contains all this. If I say for x in string dot lower, which means it will be passing through first p, it will be compared if x in vowels. Yani ki x means the first character is p, it is present in vowels. The answer is going to be no. So what it does, it goes up back. It is not new str is equal to new str dot replace x comma space, replace nothing. It is not going to replace anything. Then we come back and we check the next character, so on and so forth. Wherever it encounters x in vowels, if it is present, then what is it is going to do, it is going to remove that particular means at x position if a vowel is there, which means in this case p y t h o. When it comes to o, then this particular condition here, x will be replacing this. If it is not a vowel, it will not be replacing because it is a simple if. See children, conditional chapter should be very clear to you. The looping chapter should be very clear to you because all the programming depends on that. It's clear to you if x in vowels. So in this particular, this will be replaced only if at the x position, whatever character is coming, which means first p is coming, this is going to take it as p only. Then y comes, y will be taken like that only. T comes, it will be taken like that. H comes, it will be taken like that. As soon as o comes, it is going to be replaced by a space. Then n, and similarly all the vowels will be replaced, and after you come out of the loop, the line will be printed new string after successfully removed all the vowels is going to be this. This is going to be printed as it is, and new string will be printed in new line. That is, in this you can see all the vowels have been removed. Now another example, write a program to enter a string and remove all the punctuators. So more or less we are going to follow the same strategy. Just have a look at this program, and if you're not clear with it, you can get back to me. And now it's time for you people to work. Here are the assignment questions for you. It's really going to be simple if you study the chapter properly. And if you are not studying the chapter properly, then I must say you are going to be in a trouble. So please, good luck children. Get back to me wherever you have problems. Thank you so much.